Hi, I'm Billy from Recirculating Farms, and today we're going to show you how to make your upcycled, reused, DIY sprout chamber. And today I have a few pokey tools. This is an awl, and I have an X-Acto knife, and I have some mung beans. So the first step for your stackable sprout chamber is you want to see which one's going on top. I'm going to put this one on top because it has a nice rim. And then I'm going to cut out a hole that's about this size, just a little smaller, so that this doesn't fall through. And I'm going to do that with an X-Acto knife. The next step is to poke some drainage holes in our sprout chamber. And I'm going to do that with our pokey tool, otherwise known as an awl, A-W-L. So sometimes what happens is you will crack the plastic. What I've seen is you can also use a power tool, like a drill with a very thin drill bit, and that might work better on your plastic. So maybe we'll try that. Alright, I got my holes cut out in the lid. The reason why we want some holes and we don't want it just to be all the way open is because we need to make this chamber a little bit more damp and humid. Before I put a lid on it, I want to cut out a few holes in this because the sprouts need air to circulate so that they don't grow fungus or mold. And even though it has access to this chamber when it's on it, because this one is closed, I feel like the air is not going to be circulating enough. So I'm going to pop a few holes into the top. And you don't want to leave it all open because then it won't get warm enough that it needs to. So because the bottom part of this plastic container is a little more rigid, I do recommend using a power drill with a tiny drill bit. Just drill in probably into it like this. I got mostly holes and some cracks, so I'm gonna just give it a try anyway. So now our chamber is completed. We're gonna put the mung beans in here, close it up. So I'm using mung beans today, which is one of the most popular sproutable items. The other things you can use are broccoli seeds, mustard seeds, lentils, chickpeas, and other beans. And sprouts are cool because they are full of carbohydrates and an enzyme that helps you digest the food that you're eating. And so they're a really good addition to your salads. Let's listen to that. Yeah, that must sound nice. These mung beans are pretty accessible and affordable. So then what you're gonna do is I'm gonna water it. You're gonna see the water come down. This chamber is gonna catch the water, and then you can use that for watering your home plants. Alright, I got my holes cut out in the lid. The reason why we want some holes and we don't want it just to be all the way open is because we need to make this chamber a little bit more damp and humid. And that's the reason we use see-through containers. You don't want to use like a white plastic container because you need the air, you need the sun to get through it so that it acts sort of like a greenhouse. Because these are going to be sort of like the plants that you're germinating if you have a greenhouse. They're just going to be maybe edible. So let's water it. We want them to get soaked but not to be submerged. So we see it's working well. It's dripping into our bottom chamber, and we were gonna build this higher. We just didn't have enough of these Tupperwares. But you can make this as tall as you want. You can upcycle your Tupperwares and make a very tall sprout chamber and have sprouts for you and your neighbors. Now that it's been watered on the first day, we're going to close it up. And what you're going to do is you want to water it every day. Unless you see that they are submerged, then you might need to clear out some of the debris from your drainage holes. They should be moist but not submerged. And then really soon you're going to see some sprouts popping up. And then when they're maybe an inch or less, half an inch to an inch is when they're the perfect time to put them in your salad to eat them.